Whoa, is it just me, or is the amount of motivation that is fluttering through the air seemingly a lot less than it has ever been before? I don't know if it's the manufacturer of motivation that has been forced to slow production due to inflation, or perhaps it is the supply chain that is meant to deliver the motivation from point A to point me that has been cut off. Either way, I wasn't super duper freaking pumped to chase a new Kendama trick until I got this comment. Now, this came on an old YouTube short from who knows how long ago that I made, cranking out some multi-juggles. I'll throw it up here if I can find it, and the comment was something along the lines of, "It's cool to see how far you've come or how much progress you've made in this room." And you know what, that is pretty neat. Basically, my whole Kendama journey from when I really sucked years ago to now where I only suck a little bit is all recorded and documented in these videos. All of the ups and downs and grinds and unlocks, it's all great, but with how far I've come, there is still one trick that is a dark, gray, rainy, windy cloud of sorrow fit for the land from which it hails, that has the weight of its lifeless body slumped across my shoulders every single day. For those of you who were bored enough to have watched my previous two videos chasing this trick, or for those of you crazy enough to have tried this trick yourself, you know I'm talking about the 57 move Kendama trick called Around Tunbridge Wells, which is the ultimate consistency test requiring you to follow a really structured, orchestrated, this cup, that cup, cup, this cup, that cup, spike, cup, go here, cup thing, all literally without dropping the ball. Of course, I've literally and metaphorically dropped the ball on this trick many times, but now at least you have some context for what the quieter version of me is up to. So, Kendama commentary, what is up with this? Well, it's not quite a new idea for me, but I recently picked up this new mic for a side kind of related, not so related, sort of related side project. Maybe like a second cousin twice removed kind of side project. Anyways, yeah, I want to get my money's worth, you know what I'm saying? Alright, and now I'm kind of just straight raw dogging the microphone. I just plugged it in and started spitting, so there's a good chance that I need to figure out, you know, what a gain and compression and microphone depression and whatever else it's got going on inside is, so bear with me if the quality isn't picture perfect quite yet. But yeah, I've done this talking over Kendama footage style before when I used to chase new tricks outside and backyard and stuff, and I would just share tips and thoughts and unrelated stories, and I'd like to hear your take on the matter. Basically, when it comes to Kendama videos, or any videos really that I make, there's two options. It can be the video footage with some supplementary voiceover like this video is right now, or what I've been doing more recently is the straight man on the ground, boots in the dirt, as it happens style with whatever commentary happens to fall out of my mouth at the time, and that's it. Obviously there's pros and cons to each. With the voiceover style, I can add some tips and context and retrospective that I just didn't happen to bring up during the live action. Also, the audio quality will be way better now with a voiceover, and I'll still be able to integrate the live on the scene action at any time.
I can't do an earth turn. I can't do an earth turn, that's the problem.
A more raw video though, really like all of the trick dare videos and stuff I've made more recently, I kind of like that it's just a guy trying stuff, doing the tricks, saying, "Oh, ow, I hit my finger, oh, this is easy, this is hard," and getting hyped live in the moment. I guess it might take me out of the game a little bit if I'm watching something with a voiceover, if that makes sense. Maybe without the voiceover, the video feels more relatable and has more of like a fun amateur vibe, or maybe that's just me, I have no idea. I'm sure I'll do some of each, but at least let me know how you feel about this one. Anyways, yes, how can I pat myself on the back and say, "Oh, look how far I've come," if this trick is still hanging over my head? It was definitely at least over a year ago when I first tried this trick, and it was in a video, but I'm still picking up new habits that help me get closer and closer to getting through it. One thing that I do want to emphasize again first is that this is a very physical trick. It had only been about 30 minutes, but let me tell you, my hands were cramping up, and it was A, from the repetitive motion, and B, from the stupid little awkward position that you have to do to get the stupid little penguin catches that I do not like. And my legs too, the squatting motion over and over again is a gnarly quad workout. So I started to get pretty bodily exhausted, and on top of the physicality, this trick is incredibly mental. Maybe I worded that a little bit weird, but you know what I mean. This is the ultimate mind game. And I'll tell you how I overcame that aspect of the trick along with another little tip I used. But first, I did something very important, which is to take a nice, short, quick, relaxing break and make a Lego video. I really fixed it. I fixed it. So I came back to this trick after about 20 minutes with less of a forced mentality and more of an, it'll come when it'll come attitude. At the start of the session, the start of this day, I was like, okay, I have to hit this trick finally, and then I'll use my mic and I'll make a commentary, and I have to do it now, which is not really a good way to make any sort of magic happen. I had to be in the moment, just mentally relaxed and attempt this trick at a pace that felt comfy. There is a such thing as relaxing too much though, especially mentally, because listen, you can't let your brain slip when you're keeping track of which part of this trick you're on, because the second I started to zone out and let muscle memory take over, my muscles had like early onset dementia or something, because they took me to the wrong spot every time. Like, say spike to big cup, that feels the most natural, so if you're not thinking about where you need to go next, that's where you're going to end up going to. That's where your body's going to resort to, and who knows where you'll end up in the trick after that. It's just something to keep in mind. You need a really good mental balance between chilled outness and still focus. Okay, so the other tip is a combination of two, so I guess really two tips, and these apply to a whole bunch of tricks. So this trick in particular, the around tunbridge wells, has a lot of cup catches, but this tip would also apply for things like lunars and lighthouses, because those are pretty much just cup catches where you're catching the cup instead of catching the ball. But basically, for any of these catch tricks, having a looser grip on the ken or the tama helps a ton. If you're holding the ken in like a death grip, the ball is way more likely to roll around and like pop off the cup when you go to catch it. If you just relax your hand, loosen your fingers, you'll feel it act as suspension when the ball like hits and connects with the cup, and it'll just make the catch way easier. And then you multiply that by however many cup touches have to happen in this whole trick, and you'll see how it can be a huge hamburger helper to help you get through around tunbridge wells. The second tip is just a fun little one to keep in mind that I believe our good friend Mary commented to me a long time ago on one of these videos, and that is treat your kendama as if it's made of glass. This really will help you to really cushion and control your tricks if you imagine the fear that you should have if you're smashing glass objects together, which again will just go a long way in any kendama trick, learning that control and that fine, minute touch. Okay, anyway, we've gone on long enough. I think I can send you back to the man on the ground. I like saying that now, like, oh, back to you on the man in the action. I feel like, who's like a news reporter? Tom Tucker? Is that the Family Guy news guy? Good evening, I'm Tom Tucker. Yeah, definitely not my best Family Guy impression here.
Oh, Peter.
Me? Yeah, what do you want, Lois?
Hey, Dad. Do you want to meet my new girlfriend, Jennifer?
Hey, Peter, I got no legs. Yeah, enjoy this trick and stay motivated. And I think this past version of me will cover everything else I have to say. Ciao for now.
Oh, turn off the copyrighted music. Oh. Oh. Yes. Yes, that's probably only like 40 minutes in today. Oh, God. Yes. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Oh, I gotta watch that back. Make sure that was right. You will never, ever see me do this trick again. Listen, I did like a little loosey grippy kind of thing. That kind of helped. I'm sure I mentioned it already. You will never see me in Tunbridge Wells again.